The US has launched attacks on Iran for the 13th night in a row as the conflict continues to escalate. US Central Command released this video, it says, shows strikes on military facilities, drone storage and communication networks. It's part of an effort to stop Iranian attacks on shipping on the Strait of Hormuz. Well, the war has meant oil prices have surged to more than $100 a barrel for the first time since May. The sharp rise in prices follows Houthi rebels in Yemen attacking a Saudi tanker in the Red Sea. Well, let's bring in our security and defence analyst, Professor Michael Clarke. So, Michael, let's talk about the oil first of all, and these attacks on Saudi, which are really now having an effect of ratcheting these prices back up again.
Yeah, Jane, I mean, the general condition of the war is that it's going back to tit-for-tat strikes, so it doesn't look as if it's going towards a ceasefire anytime soon, so that creates uncertainty in the market. And then the Houthis' decision on the 20th, about 4 days ago, to say that Saudi tankers passing through the Red Sea, the Bab el-Mandeb Straits, will be targeted. And then yesterday they targeted 2 tankers, hit them, and as a result, 10 other tankers, Saudi tankers, turned back. So there's the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, even narrower than the Strait of Hormuz, only 14 miles. I mean, it's not great. There's an island in the middle. About 12% of all maritime traffic goes through there, and 25% of all container traffic. So it's at least as important as the Hormuz Strait in a more general sense. And if you get the Bab el-Mandeb Strait closed, and the Houthis at the moment are preventing Saudi tankers going through, they haven't targeted anything else, but they've made it dangerous. That's the whole point. So it is closing, and that means that the Saudis can't get their oil out. I mean, they've got this pipeline that goes to Yanbu from the eastern oil fields, and they can't get out through the Suez Canal because the tankers are too big. If they can't get out through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, then they're stuck. They can't get their oil out to world markets. And they've been about 5 million barrels a day has been going out from Yanbu, and that's 5% of the global demand. So it has an effect.
How is America responding to this?
More threats. I mean, usually, normally I'd say, look, this is a $100 Friday. So that means that Donald Trump will say something nice about the possibility for peace. Because every Friday, when things were getting bad, he would make a sort of statement saying we're very close to peace to affect the markets. And so a $100 Friday, I would have predicted a month ago that he'd say something about peace deal, peace terms.
There's still a while in America. They're still, only halfway through their day. Absolutely.
There's still time. But he seems to have painted himself into a real corner now because he's making more threats. And he's saying, we'll drop a bridge or we'll take out a power plant for every ship you hit. And both sides are now making these blood-curdling threats to each other.
Well, in the last few minutes, we've heard from the head of Iran's top joint military command, and this is through Iranian media via Reuters, and they're saying that Iran will kill 1 member of US forces for every Iranian killed. They're not specifying whether that's an Iranian military or an Iranian civilian, of which there have been thousands.
If they're talking about Iranian civilians, then they're talking about a lot of people indeed. They can't arrange to do that. But so far, I think it's 18 Americans have been killed and well over 500, I think maybe even 600 injured in one way or another. Not all that seriously, most of them. But nevertheless, they've had some fatalities, and there probably will be more if this goes on, just in the nature of things. People die on operations for all sorts of reasons. Not always because of enemy action, because of accidents that happen when they're in the operational theatre. So it looks quite bad at the moment that both sides are falling into this mutual recrimination, mutual attacks. And it doesn't look, there's no progress here towards doing what we know will have to happen. The United States will have to withdraw at some point. And Donald Trump is looking for a way to get out. But his pride is such that he can't now withdraw without looking as if he's lost, which he has.
Michael, thanks very much.